we got a mesquite thorn stuck in this tire. We're gonna pull it out and plug it up. All right, I got the hay baler disconnected from the tractor. Now I got the hay cutter connected to this tractor with the AC. I can't do this summer stuff without AC. We'll get that AC fixed this fall, but for now we're going to use this tractor and get the land cut. Let's go. All right, y'all, working on a pretty big project I didn't expect to have to do today. I got caught in barbed wire out in the field, and I think I'm gonna have to replace this bearing right here and possibly this second one. I actually lost the disc that goes on top and I have no clue where it's at, so it'll probably be both of these in one disc. But I'm learning as I go. This bearing is being held down by a bolt, and I couldn't get that bolt off, so I had to make, my own little tool and put a pipe to it and pull it out. Now I'm gonna take out this bearing, take out the bolts, and I'm gonna see what's going on underneath all this. I should have been watching where I was driving at. I actually walked the field personally to see if there was any barbed wire out there. I've removed the strand, but there was also a rolled up strand that was just buried in grass, and that got caught up on it. So the mower over here is ruined at the shaft. Let me show you. So the way these blades work is one turns clockwise and the other one turns counterclockwise, and there's a shaft in here that turns. So if I turn this, it turns all the blades. As you can see, this last blade is turning, but this blade isn't turning at all. So what I need to do is I need to take off this actual entire piece so it comes off on the end. So I have to remove the rock or the scraper or whatever you call this thing, ground scraper, rock protector, take this off and then take out the actual component and pull that shaft out that connects to this blade. It's going to be a lot of work, but it is what it is. At least I'll get some experience out of doing that. So we're going to get to cutting hay and we're going to knock that out, and we'll be pretty much done on this for a week. Maybe work on some fence. We actually had a cow that got out last night, and they're running out of grass in that area. So the thing is it's a smaller lot. I did a smaller lot specifically so these young heifers could actually meet with the bull and be in a closer vicinity and breed a lot easier. All right, y'all, so we're hanging out in the John Deere 6100D. Bought a new battery, but it was the wrong battery. The actual part of the battery is like the one that screws down, but we need the one that has the terminals that bolt themselves. I don't even know what you call that thing, but to the point, I put the new battery on the best that I could, and the tractor still wasn't starting. I did some research and I found out that the tractor had a blown fuse, 125 amp. I don't know why it blew, maybe from rattling heat. I don't know, maybe it's never been replaced, but replaced it and tractor's starting and going now. Everything is good to go. I'm waiting on the brother-in-law to get over here with the tractor. He's gonna help me rake hay. Hopefully we'll get about 40 bales maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But let's get to it. Tough day, guys. I broke a belt on the baler. I had to go into town, which was about an hour out of my way. 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back, and had to put the belt on, which was like another 45 minutes. It's about 5 o'clock, but everybody seems to be doing good. We'll cross our fingers and just hope that we can finish the rest of this. Let's go. Well, when it rains, it pours. Let me show y'all something. I got a seal licking on this hydraulic. All right, just got done feeding these cows. While I was out here, I saw that they broke some bob wire. It's been a long day. I need to get this fixed though. Today, so far, 12 and a half hours working out on the ranch, but you get to see beautiful sunsets though. Check this out. All right, y'all, it's a Friday. Today I'm gonna be a mechanic. I gotta work on the John Deere 468 baler, and I need to fix the New Holland hay cutter. Got some content in the back, our Louisiana life. Shout out to y'all. I think it's crazy that y'all are having issues. I think everybody has issues on a farm and ranch. It's inevitable. But good luck to y'all. Happy belated 4th of July, and I hope you are making it through all the rain y'all been getting, and hopefully you get those repairs done sooner rather than later. I know it's hard to get out there and get it done. So cheers to y'all. We're gonna see how fast I can get these things off, prep the tools. The biggest thing I'm really concerned about is getting the hay cutter parts ordered and installed. I think that's gonna be pretty hard. The baler itself specifically needs to have the hydraulic cylinder repaired. That'll be very easy. I'll drop it off and the guy will rebuild it. And yeah, so let's get started. All right, I just topped off this hydraulic fluid. We lost about 9 gallons when the seal broke on the cylinder. Got it all topped off, got it all disconnected. I'm gonna move this tractor, connect it to the hay cutter, because I need to lift it to go underneath the cutting bar. I'm gonna take off that hydraulic cylinder first and start working on the cutter afterwards. So let's get to it. All right, got to get this hydraulic cylinder off now. Looks like it's moving pretty quick. I like things that move fast. Go get the impact drill, we'll get that cylinder off. Here's the cylinder and our leak. Oh, excuse me. Oh, even makes a little bit of music like a flute.
It's like a water gun.
Yeah, water gun. I'm gonna go ahead and empty out as much as I can because I'm gonna be transporting this in a vehicle. So looks good to me. All right, y'all, we got the baler cylinder taken off. It was very quick, very easy. I'm pretty sure this guy could probably fix it in a couple hours. He'll rebuild the whole entire thing. Now let's go ahead and move to that cutter and get that thing taken apart. All right, y'all, I've already taken off some things out in the field, and I'm gonna go ahead and, move on to the next steps and take all this stuff off. I have to take off this piece right here and then that piece right here and kind of see why this thing isn't turning. But yeah, anyways, let's get to it. So if you're looking at the mower mechanically, the spline turns in the inside. It's got some bearings as well, and it should be turning this spline shaft. Well, it's not turning, so that tells me the issue is somewhere in between here. So it's either going to be this one that gets a full replacement with a whole new shaft, or this one gets replaced with everything connecting in between. I'm very lucky that it's in the end, guys. If you were somewhere around there on that PTO shaft, on that side, or anywhere in between, you're kind of in for a lot of work. But we're gonna get this taken off pretty quick and move fast. So let's go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this blade protector. And I would highly recommend that if you don't own a impact drill or a pneumatic impact drill, you get one, because no one wants to sit around here doing all this with a wrench. So just like that, that's removed. We're moving on. We're moving quick right now, y'all. We got things to do. We got to get back out in the field. So what that does, removing that, is that it gives me access to these bolts specifically. I already have the socket out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a crescent wrench on this side. That way when it turns, it can stop this from moving. So let's get to it. All right, we have our impact drill, and we also have a 1/1/8 wrench that we're going to put on this side, because this bolt's going to turn when we start impacting on this side. So we'll hopefully it'll latch on somewhere around here and kind of grip tight, either this way or that way. We want to see which way it turns first, and just move on. You guys will figure it out. All right, guys, these things are on tough. I mean, these are big bolts. You're probably gonna have to get a torch and heat it up and get a breaker bar and see if you can remove it that way. Let me see if I can get it off this way on this one. All right, guys, we're bringing out the big boys. This is a step above a 1/2 inch. I don't even know what size this is, maybe 3/4. That's gonna allow me to put a lot of pressure on this thing without breaking it, I hope. And I typically have a thinner cheater bar, but I don't know where, oh, here we go. So this is our cheater bar. There we go, look at that. Dang. I'm so good, I blow my mind. Ooh, hot. Hot, hot, hot. I guess this part just kind of hot. Oh, why did I touch that again? Go. That's just why it's not turning, is because this part's broken right here. Looks like the spline just goes in there. You can see the difference, you see? In the shape. This one's longer, this one's shorter. So what I could do is, if I have a strong enough magnet, I could probably honestly get away with just replacing this part and pulling that one out, if I can get it out. I might have to take this one off to get to it, this is great news. I'm thoroughly happy about that. It'll turn, put that in there, and there we go. Sweet. So there we go. Need to pull that out. If I can pull that broken spline, broken stein, I can just replace the rod and we'll move on. hot. It's real hot. But it's not easier just okay, so we got off both disc modules. I'm gonna try to get this spline out if I can. If not, we're just gonna have to replace this whole entire thing. You can tell they just kind of get old and rusted. Here on the other side, if it's anything like this one, you see it's just coming out. All right, let's go to town and see if we can, we're done. That's it. Just gotta put everything back together when we get the parts and we'll be good to go. If you like this channel, hit the like and subscribe button. You got any questions? Leave them in the comments. If you would have done anything different, let me know. Texas Beef Farm, out.